Hello and welcome again to the right hand. I am Greg Copeland. We are Ruben Allen. We are small law firm consultants. Um, and what I wanted to do was to chat today regarding uh, a topic that comes up. And that's usually what, when I speak on these subjects, these are topics that come up two, three, four times with clients, different clients, the same client, issues that seem to be prevalent or trendy or working on at the time. And this is for owners of a small law firm with teams uh, of attorneys. And a lot of times we start a business and we hire people and, you know, we take it as it goes. And then as the law firm grows, as the business grows, as the client grows, we realize that we need to insert some structure into that business so it remains successful, so we don't dip into bad habits and standards. And one of the things that I speak to often is, managing attorney productivity, your associates' productivity, your team members' productivity. It could be associates, paralegals, whatever it may be. And, you know, it's a high demand environment, law firms, no matter what the practice area is, it's always a need. And just how to improve, how to manage that productivity. These are some of the tips that I give as a, as a consultant to my clients. One is to always set clear and realistic goals. If you want to be a firm who does maybe insurance defense and it's high volume and things like that. And you're a firm who wants to build a reputation on the grind, then that hourly requirement is going to be higher than, say, someone who does maybe family law or estate planning or real estate, where it's not as much of a perceived grind. Um, and also in insurance defense, a lot of times the billing rate is a little bit lower than what would be, family law or real estate or things like that. And so you basically want to set your team up with daily and weekly planning and implementing a system where basically the attorneys, set daily and weekly goals for billable hours, for specific tasks, for case milestones. And this creates, a clear direction to help them prioritize. And basically so if you have an annual goal that you want to set of hourly in order to be profitable, and I help people work this out with the realization rate, calculating the realization rate. You can obviously, when you have that annual goal, you can divide it by month, you can divide it by a week, to set clear goals for those attorneys and kind of track them. And you want to track them. And those are what we call, the KPIs, the key performance indicators. And basically, you're tracking their productivity, like the billable hours, case progress. You can do client satisfaction with client feedbacks, surveys, things to send out like that. And basically, you can let the attorney know that they're on track. Hey, you have a billing requirement of 35 billable hours a week. Last week, you were at 23. This is where you sit for the month. This is what you need to do to get up to standard and up to par. And you can use that and you can, kind of monitor things like that by, you know, optimizing the technology and using technology and learning how to manage things like that, time tracking software, they have them. I mean, dozens of time tracking softwares, Clio, My Case, Time Solely, just like a lot of different ways that you can track time. Some law firms use Salesforce. Not a big fan of that. Um, and basically, it integrates, the tracking with the case management, and so you can put that all together and use accurate time. You spent 0.5 hours on this case, 0.5 hours on this case, and it just also allows you to set things in your calendar, send out automated tasks, things such as that. So using technology in this day and age, it's a must. It's a must. Um, Bring your firm into 21st century, excuse me, 21st century uh, usage of technology. Um, eh, you know, another thing you can do is kind of delegate and have a support system. Leverage your support staff, delegate non-billable work, scheduling, document management, things like that. You can have legal assistant, administrative staff. Maybe you want to have your paralegals do some of that work as well. And it allows the attorneys just to to focus on the billable work and not have to overly worry about all the extra admin that may come along with that. So giving them support staff is also great. I know everyone's, oh, now I got to hire another person. But what it does, it takes a lot off that attorney's plate, takes a lot off their mind, and it helps them in the end become more productive at doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's helping clients, and in turn, excuse me, billing clients and making that money. Um, you know, I also am a firm believer in time block and task prioritization. Um, you know, I work a lot with calendaring and scheduling and creating calendaring rules and scheduling rules that are unique and fit each firm's unique personality, whether it's consultations in the morning, consultations in the afternoon, consultations in the midday, rotating what day which attorney does consultations, time block for writing, time block for trial prep, whatever it may be, and just kind of scheduling out and time blocking. Um, and that enhances work productivity. Um, you know, what you also want to do is to implement like regular check-ins and feedbacks. Talk to your attorneys. You can have weekly team meetings. I know I have clients who have weekly like litigation meetings, family law firm, and they meet every Wednesday evening, and they go over the cases and they talk about where they are in that stage of the case. And if they're stuck somewhere, they bounce ideas off each other, just basically going over the litigation strategy. And you could be Mondays, it could be Thursdays, it could be Friday, whatever day is best for you and your team. But just so you regular check-ins, feedbacks, so the associates don't feel like they always have to come to you every minute, or they feel like they're bothering you every minute of every day. Um, and it allows them the comfort of just asking questions right then and there. Um, uh, and so they don't feel like, oh, the door is closed, or oh, they may be on the phone. They know that, hey, on Wednesday evenings, I have this question about this case or this strategy or this draft. I can ask during this time, definitely, and get feedback and work together. And then there's always individual reviews, sitting down. You can sit down quarterly. You can sit down monthly, quarterly. Definitely, I would suggest monthly, quarterly, and annually. Um, Meeting with your attorneys and your associates, just so everybody knows where they are, what's expected, have they met expectations, have they exceeded expectations, what they need to do to get up to speed. Um, the associate gives any thoughts of how they feel about the firm direction, any changes, feedback that they think would make the firm better, or would make um, their ability to do their job better, and just always, it's basically forming a supportive work environment. Um, Also, I've talked about this before, the mental health, avoiding burnout, work-life balance, encourage work-life balance, encourage them to take time, to use vacation, to walk away if you're frustrated, have outside interests. You don't need to be emailing me or texting me at 10:30, um, 11:30, 12:30, at night. Um, Provide in your orientation booklet that you give to them, and you should have an orientation booklet, mental health resources. Because some people just don't want to come out and admit it's a difficult thing to admit for some people that maybe they're struggling. but provide those resources so they can go, they can call counseling, stress management workshops, things like that. Also, flexible work arrangements. Um, you know, it hybrid is something that came because of COVID. You can have a hybrid, maybe it's remote, just ability for them to work around, enjoy your kids' soccer game, enjoy your kids' basketball game, enjoy wherever you need to go, the recital, take time off. It's okay. You can go to the dentist, you can go to the doctor, go to the gym midday. Like just be flexible about working in the working hours. Keep the most important thing is that you keep that mind, you know, up to par and in a good space. And then you always want to have continuous training and development, you know, time management training, legal tech education, CLEs, point them in the right direction, offer workshops, you know, the tools, anything that can help them to continue to learn, to train, to develop. Um, you know, I know attorneys who still to this day do uh, role playing with their attorneys in their group for case scenarios, client scenarios, scenarios in court, you know, and it works. And then you want to always review, analyze, and adjust workloads. Maybe you set an hourly requirement, 1850 a year, and maybe that's just too much for the type of work that you're doing. And maybe you scale it back, you know, 1750 or 1700 or wherever it may be. Are your attorneys being overworked? Do you need to add another attorney? Are they juggling too many cases at one time? Do you need to handle a new associate part-time or full-time, or maybe you take some of the writing off their hands and handle and hire an attorney that strictly does the drafting, you know, who knows? You just want to always evaluate and adjust and review and make sure everything's all right. And just these simple strategies are something you can implement to monitor and improve your attorney productivity. You know, it helps them keep focused, keeps clear communication. Everybody knows where they're at, what's expected of them, time management, um, well-being, all of this. And it helps prevent burnout, it helps your attorneys succeed, it helps your firm succeed. That's my quick tips. Thank you Thank you again very much. Thank you very much once again for joining the right hand. Talk to you next time. Thank you.